Hello everyone, my name is Jira Shine and I'm from IBA 3B class. Okay, in this video we're going to talk about something that affects almost everything we use every day, but we rarely think about it, the supply chain. Okay, first, when you buy a food, clothes, or even a smartphone, that product didn't just appear on the shelf, but it went through a long journey involving many people, activities, and decisions. That entire journey is what we call the supply chain. Okay, first we get to know what is supply chain. A supply chain is a network of people, organization, resources, activities, and information that work together to move a product from its starting point all the way to the final consumer. Or in simple terms, the supply chain explains how raw materials become a finished product then end up in your hands. It includes where materials come from, how products are made, how they are transported, and how they reach the customers. Without a supply chain, products cannot be produced, delivered, or consumed efficiently. Next, thinking about supply chain complexity, huh? Okay, now let's pause and think critically for a moment. Not all supply chains are equally complex. Some are short and simple, while others are long, global, and very complicated. For example, fresh vegetables sold at farmers market usually have a short supply chain. The farmers grow the produce, transport it, and then sell it directly to consumers. A shirt sold in a retail store, on the other hand, often has a much more complex supply chain. The cotton might come from the country, the fabric from another. The shirt may be sewn in a factory overseas, shipped across oceans, stored in warehouse, and finally sold in a store. This shows us an important idea. The type of product strongly affects how complex the supply chain is. Next, example of supply chain. Let's look at a clear example such as a cotton t-shirts. The supply chain might look like this. First, a farmer grows cotton. Second, cotton is sent to a textile factory. Third, fabric is produced. Fourth, shirts are sewn in a manufacturing plant. Fifth, finished shirts are shipped to warehouses. Sixth, shirts are delivered to retail stores. Seven, customer buy and wear the shirt. Each step involves different workers, companies, and transportation methods. Okay, for more easier to understand, I already prepared one sketch for the example. You can see this as a straight flow from left to right using the arrows that shows how products move forward through each stage. At the first stage, this is where raw materials come from. The cotton farmer is the supplier and the fabric manufacturer is the customer. The raw material supplier provides cotton to be processed into a fabric. At the second stage, raw materials are assembled, processed, or transformed into a finished or semi-finished products. The fabric manufacturers become the supplier, while the distributor become the customers. The fabric is used to produce t-shirts, and the finished t-shirts are prepared for the market. Next, at the third stage, distribution focuses on moving products efficiently. This includes transportation, warehouses, logistic companies, and retailers. The distribution or retailer's headquarters acts as the supplier, and consumer is the customer. Okay, next, this is the final step where the product is purchased and used by consumers. Without consumers, the entire supply chain has no purpose. Okay, this example shows that in a supply chain, each stage has both a supplier and a customer, and these roles change as the product moves downstream. From this example helps us to understand that a supply chain is a process, not a single action. Okay, as a closing statement from me, to conclude, a supply chain is not just about transportation or factories, it's a connected system. And if one part fails, the entire chains are affected. By understanding the supply chains, we became more aware of how products reach us, why prices change, and why shortages sometimes happen. Okay, next time you buy something, try to think about the long journey it took to get to you. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.